There's roads they call to me. There are dust and rocks and alkali and where I want to be.
At the center of California's largest alpine valley, where Highway 49 meets the 70,
they wind across long sagebrush flats toward mountains, rims, and draws.
There's an old tin roof building, painted white with blue trim.
Folks ask me why it matters, why I feel compelled to go down dusty old Nevada roads.
It sits on a gravel parking lot surrounded by hayfields and horses.
But if you have to ask, you'll never know.
The architecture isn't special by any means, but this building means a whole lot to the folks in eastern Plumas County.
You know, the Grange was developed back in the old days to bring people together that were in the agricultural business. And, you know, church and family and the Grange was basically what they revolved around.
I want to hear a coyote howling.
This is the Sierra Valley Grange Hall, number 466, home to the Vinton Cowboy Poetry Show.
We are the oldest cowboy poetry event in California and the second oldest in the United States. Elko has got us by 1 year.
They took that farmer far away, he died by the claw.
Rich Moore's been producing the Cowboy Poetry Show at the Grange for over 14 years. To put it simply, cowboy poetry is stories about rural living. The Grange Hall is where rural people gather.
I think it's amazing that people still do this and people still gather and want to come and see this sort of thing.
Since 1932, farmers and ranchers like Rich have made a commitment to keeping the lights on in this dimly lit building by any way they can.
So there, you know, here you can see them building the main hall.
They do it not just because it's a historic building, but because the Grange is a nationwide institution dating back to the Civil War era.
You looked, there were a lot of starvation. People don't think what it was really like after the Civil War. A lot of dormant ranches or farms, and the people needed to relearn.
Grange historian Laurel Kohlberg says many of America's farmers were killed in the Civil War. And that's why Minnesota farmer Oliver Kelly started the Grange. He wanted to unite the remaining farmers from both the North and the South to educate and empower new farmers.
The beauty of Grange is it can give you almost a union. You can come together and you can collaborate with other farmers to say, no, we're all just not going to give you our cows until you pay a decent price.
Sugar kisses I've missed.
Granges formed all over America and became a place where communities could form and stories could be told.
You know, back in the old days, after a hard day out in on the range and sitting around a campfire, stories were told.
Those stories on the range often turned into poems or songs, so they could easily be retold.
Getting your medicine mixed up just isn't very smart. Senior moments, brain farts.
Some of the poems will make you laugh, while other poems...
I need to see every canyon, every coulee, ravine, and draw, but now my time is running out, and I've yet to see them all.
Well, other poems, well, they can make an old cowboy feel.
When I sit back here behind the soundboard, it gets you. It does. Excuse me.
For some, cowboy poetry can help you wrestle through some old feelings. And the Grange, well, it's a safe place to reflect on them.
My wife asked me, why do you keep doing this? And I tell her, because I like it. You know, I think it helps make a change. I don't know.
From the Sierra Valley Grange Hall, home to California's first cowboy poetry show, I'm John Bartell. Hope to see you on the Backroads.